Welcome back to my channel, and I hope you're having a great start to your day. Today I'm going to make for Mealtime Monday chicken and noodles and mashed potatoes and a little bit of corn on the side. Now this is homemade, but it's not scratch made. So I'm making my homemade mashed potatoes from scratch, but the noodles I did not have time to make scratch, so those are coming from a bag. And let me show you what kind I use. These are my favorite. These are in-made, and they're not a sponsor, but they're a really good noodle. And to me, they're as close to homemade as I can get. Now, some people like the thicker noodles that you can buy frozen, which those are really good too, but I'm just more of a really thin egg noodle type person. So those are my favorite that I like to, my go-to for things like this, and it's really fast. So hope you'll stick around and watch me finish this. And like I said, this is a really fast meal. All I do is peel up my potatoes, and I've got them on to boil. I put a couple chicken breasts in the Instapot to cook them down soft and tender so they'll shred apart. And then I have a can of cream of chicken soup that I use for my broth base, and I might add a couple chicken bouillon just to make it a little more chicken flavor, and a little bit of dash and salt and pepper, and that's my meal. It's really pretty fast. So that's what we're having today for Mealtime Monday. And I hope you'll stay around and watch me make this. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh yeah. I put this on a little bit extra longer than what I normally do. I usually do just the regular poultry setting on my Instapot, but it's not always done the way I want, so I did 25 minutes on it. Let's see how that looks, because these are really big chicken breasts. They need to go. Well, no, they're okay. They're coming apart. Oh yeah, simple enough. Oh yeah, those cooked down really good. If I can even get them out of the pan, because it's falling apart so well. And these, I think I'm going to just cut these into like little bitty pieces rather than shredding it, because I don't want there to be huge pieces in my chicken and noodles. I'm going to let's put our cream of chicken in our broth. And I'm going to add a couple more cans of water in here to that to bring it up to about there to give me enough broth for my noodles. There's one. Two. And let's do one more. Three. And with this, like, there is no recipe. This is just something that I've done forever, and you just eyeball what you want. I'm gonna get some. Let's see what seasonings we got in here. I have a little bit more of my garden seasoning salt, or seasoning blend, and some dash garlic and herb, and let's do some Lowry's. And so I'll dump the rest in there because there isn't really very much anyways. A little bit of seasoning salt. And it looks like a lot, but that's a lot of broth too. And let's get a little bit of black pepper. Yeah, just a little bit. I'm just going to mix that up and put this back on brown or saute. Like that. To where there's not huge chunks in it. Hot. There we go. See? Little bitty pieces. That's how I like mine. That's good enough for now because it's so hot I can't hardly tear it up. See? Okay, let's see how our potatoes are doing. They're doing okay. Not cooking as fast as I want them to, but I don't want them overflowing either. Now, when I do my potatoes, I put a little tiny dab, about that much, of bacon grease in mine because it just kicks up the flavor. So if you have some bacon grease hanging around, put a little spoon in there. And it just literally kicks up the flavor so good. And I'm going to turn it up a little bit to get that boiling. But they're getting done, actually. And I'm going to put a whole stick in that because there's a lot of potatoes in there. And let's see. Let's do another half of a stick. Because I like mine to taste like butter. Potatoes. And let's get some pepper. And a little bit of seasoning salt, a little bit of Lowry's, not a bunch, just to blend in with the milk. So I'm going to blend that pretty good so that my potatoes are all blended and not solid. And I'm going to shut my window. I had my window open because it's so nice out today. And I love the smell of the fresh air. Okay, let's turn that back on. I had that on brown saute so it will boil. But it gets away from you really quick. And actually, with these type of noodles, you can put your noodles into the boiling water or broth, whatever you're using. And let it boil for a few and then just actually is. Now, I'm not going to put any more chicken in there because I think it has plenty. And I'll use that for another meal later on. Let's see how our potatoes are doing. And I think they're just about ready for milk. My butter's all melted in there and the spices are all mixed through there well. Now also when I do my mashed potatoes, I really like to have my milk setting out in a cup, almost warmed, because naturally if you add cold milk to hot potatoes, it's going to cool them off, and I don't really want to do that, but I wasn't thinking ahead of the game, so. Yum, yum, yum. They look good. And, yeah, I think I might add a little bit more dash. Like I said, that's a bunch of potatoes. And maybe just an itty bitty bit of Creole. There we go. Add a teeny tiny bit of more milk. It's everywhere. The moral of the story is don't add your milk when your blender's moving or it'll splash out, but yeah, it's alright. Nothing that can't be cleaned up. Those may be a little bit more creamy, but you know, the thing about mashed potatoes is they absorb liquid as they sit, so that'll be alright. Okay, and my potatoes are done. Lumpy as they may be, they're done. But they're tasty, so that's all that matters. And I may not have needed that handful of noodles that I added, but you know, it's one of those things when you eyeball noodles and broth that You think, oh, that doesn't look like enough, but you know, they do absorb liquid, and you don't want too much liquid, but you don't want no liquid at all, because, you know, anybody that makes chicken noodles, you like some broth. I always try to make just enough, but ouch.